As will be seen, the second beast which came up out of the earth is symbolic of a religious system created to worship the first beast. In turn, the first beast received his power and his seat, a stately seat or throne, and great authority from the dragon. This truth is indicated in John's vision of the first beast in chapter 13 of Revelation. He recorded, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority." The beast, original language, means a dangerous animal, of which man is by far the most dangerous of the animals, rose up out of the sea. The sea is symbolic of people. In other words, this beast would rise up out of the people with 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, diadems, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. The 7 heads represents the perfection of the thinking capability of man, and the 10 horns are symbolic of the completeness of his thinking in authority. The horns with their diadems are representative of ruling kingship. The crowns on the horns symbolically represents absolute rule. The horn symbolically represents complete authority of kingship. As we will see, in the generation between the resurrection of Christ and the destruction of Jerusalem, the ruling kingship would be the emperorship of Rome. Also, it is on the heads of the beast that the name of blasphemy is seen. With the word blasphemy being transliterated out of the Greek, it implies that the heads of the beast are where the vilification, meaning of blasphemy, of God actually occurs. How true it is that this beast was given his power and his seat and great authority by the dragon, the old serpent, which again, according to Paul, is the flesh, the base nature of man driven by sensual desires. In Revelation, the beast is symbolic of governmental power. Such phrases in the description of the beast as his power, his throne, and great authority, to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, also signify a political authority. Specifically, in the generation between the resurrection of Christ and the destruction of Jerusalem with its temple, the statements, "And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months, indicating the 3.5 years from the beginning siege of Jerusalem until the fall of the city with its temple, pinpoints this beast as the political power of Rome. John not only saw the beast with the 7 heads, each with the name of blasphemy, and the 10 horns, each with their crowns, he also saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. When Nero, Caesar of Rome, 54-68 AD, being tried in absentia and condemned to death as public enemy by the Senate, committed suicide by a sword. The political power of Rome was wounded to death. Being the first Roman emperor to commit suicide, which was followed by a brief but deadly civil war, political power in the Roman Empire virtually did not exist. With Nero's death, the Judo-Claudian dynasty, which began with Augustus, the first emperor of Rome, came to an end. In the year immediately following the end of Nero's reign, the chaotic conditions produced 4 different emperors. The first successor to the throne of Rome, Gallop, reigned for 2 months and was murdered. The next, Otho, became emperor and reigned for 3 months before committing suicide. Vitellius was emperor for 8 months before being killed by Roman soldiers. Finally, Vespasian, who led the army of Rome against Israel in Judea, claimed the imperial power of the throne, 69 to 79 AD. Restoring order, Vespasian began the Flavian dynasty, which ruled for 27 years. The political power of Rome was now restored to its prominence and power. With the deadly wound now being healed, all the world once again wondered after the beast. Amazingly, John would actually identify the beast, the person who sat on the throne of imperial power during the last half of the prediction of Jesus. This generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. John identified this beast by recording, "Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beasts, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. With the number 6 being 1 less than the perfect 7, 6 symbolizes less than perfection, imperfection, with 666 being the number of the intensified imperfection of man that operates in the flesh. Using the Hebrew spelling of the name, which adds to the sum of 666, Nero Caesar is identified as the beast of Revelation.